everybody, my name is Lucy and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, do not forget to hit subscribe so you can come back and watch all my other drama school videos. I have a drama school playlist which I'll be linking in the cards, so be sure to check that out because I assume if you're watching this video then you're interested in drama schools. So I thought I'd do today's video on 10 things that you didn't know about drama school auditions. Now, to some people watching this video, these 10 things will seem very obvious. However, I feel like they're things that are just glossed over and people don't realise that not everyone would know. I personally know, coming from Dubai, before GSA Foundation, I didn't know half of these things. So hopefully this will help some of you guys out as just the really simple things that you might not think about or someone might not have told you about, because how would you know these things if no one's ever told you? From helping with the Erdang pre-audition course in the summer and also helping out with a couple of auditions over the past year, these are things that I've noticed that people didn't know or people weren't aware of. Of course, none of these things are going to make or break your audition in any way at all. They're looking at you as a person, not these individual little things. But I thought I'd just give you guys a little bit of a heads up, and if it can help some of you out, then that would be great. If this video is helpful, then please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me to know what videos you guys are liking and what I should make more of. So I've just made a list on my phone of the 10 things I'm going to talk about, so let's get started. Number 1 is that your sheet music should be taped or in a folder. And by this, I mean it should be in a walleted, plastic wallet folder. Not a ring binder, which looks like this, but a plastic wallet folder like this one. I'll insert a photo just now. Any color, any shape, it doesn't really matter. This just makes it easier for the pianist to turn your music. And obviously, if it's single-sided, put them back to back so that you don't have any blank pages. It just goes all the way through. Or alternatively, if you don't want to put it in a folder, you can tape your music. I personally don't tape my music, but if you do want to know about taping music, maybe I could do an Instagram TV video on that or something, because I know everyone has their own techniques. But in essence, you need to turn your music into a kind of booklet. So I think you just lie it out flat, tape along all the seams and then fold it up. So you need to have your music in one of these two ways, because if you just bring loads of sheets to the pianist, it makes it so much harder for them to play your piece. And obviously in your audition, you don't want them dropping a piece of paper and then having to pick it up, because it's going to put you off as it's going to break up your song. My personal favourite walleted folders, if you're interested, are from WH Smith's in the UK, and I mean, I assume you could maybe get them at WH Smith's around the world, and they have little ring bits and you can actually take the wallets out, which is quite helpful for if you like want to move where your sheet music is. You don't have to take all of them out. I think I'm actually going to cover everything to do with sheet music first. So the next one is bring a clean copy of your sheet music. If you've worked on your sheet music, on your song, with a singing teacher, they'll probably have written notes for you on the music. However, the pianist doesn't need to see that, so if you could bring a clean copy of your sheet music either taped or in a folder, that would be best. Also, third thing to do with sheet music is make sure you cut your sheet music before you come. So a lot of people I see just turn up and say, oh, I'm not doing this bit or not doing this bit. Obviously, most of the pianists at auditions are exceptional and will be able to remember, but it's not worth the risk for you or the stress for them. It's much better if you cut your music in advance. If you want to cut your music, just make sure you put a bracket at either end of where you want the cut to start and where you want it to end, and you make sure it's clearly marked out that it's cut. Always cut your music in pencil, as it could change. Okay, so that's everything to do with sheet music. So now I'll move on to my fourth thing that you might not know. I personally didn't know this before I came to GSA, and then I was very surprised when everyone was doing it. But for jazz, if you have a jazz audition, you should wear your black footless tights over your leotard. I did not know this was a thing. I've seen lots of people that didn't know this was a thing. So yeah, if you have a jazz audition, just wear your black tights over your leotard, and apparently it makes your legs look longer, so that's always a bonus. Number 5 would be wear some makeup. Now, you don't want to turn up to your audition looking like you're about to go out clubbing or go to prom or anything. You don't want loads of thick, heavy makeup, because the panel needs to be able to see your skin and see who you are. However, make a little bit of an effort, make it look like you want to be there and that you've put a little bit of effort into coming. A bit of mascara, a bit of lipstick, whatever you want, whatever makes you feel more confident. Part of wearing makeup also, I think, for a lot of people just gives them that little bit more confidence, which is always a good thing at an audition. Also, when you get to audition professionally in the industry, I think the majority of auditions expect you to wear makeup, so it's a good habit to get into. Number 6, would be bring a notebook and pen. This might seem very obvious, however, I know the amount of people that will forget to bring a notebook and pen, and you don't want to have to be that person when they say, oh, we're going to do a talk now with the principal, and you want to make notes. You don't want to be that person saying, oh, can I borrow a pen, can I borrow a piece of paper, because it'll just stress you out, and it'd be nice if you just have a notebook there, you're prepared, and you can just take notes when you need to. Also in auditions, it's not great to be seen writing notes on your phone. Obviously, if it's your only option, then write notes on your phone, but I feel like it's always better to have a notebook and pen, because then there's no questioning whether you're just playing on your phone or texting someone. It's obvious that you're making notes. Number 7 is one that I personally got advice for on foundation, but it's not essential, and that would be bring a backup song. So if a school tells you to prepare one song, I would always take 2, because there's always the possibility they could say, oh, not sure this song's perfect for you, don't know if it shows enough off of your voice, do you have anything else that could show us more? So again, this is not mandatory, but I feel like it's a kind of cover all bases situation. I personally would always take an extra song, so if you're able to prepare another song, I feel like it's a good idea too. Number 8, which I'd like to hope is very, very obvious, but I'm just gonna say it anyway because that's what this video is all about, is please read the play that your monologue is from. I spoke about this in my video about monologues. However, if you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. But if you haven't, just please make sure you've read the play that your monologue is from. You need to read the play to get an understanding of the character's development, where they've come from, where they're going after the monologue. It just will make your life and your character so much easier to portray, and I just think it's a really, really good habit to get into. So please, 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 I beg of you, if you take one thing from this list, read your play that your monologue is from. Number 9 is about the singing audition. Now, obviously at most drama school auditions, you'll do singing, dancing and acting all in one day. And you'll obviously be wearing probably a leotard and tights for jazz or ballet or both, whatever you have. But for your singing and acting auditions, be sure to bring something either to put over your leotard and tights or that you can change into. I know some schools don't give you loads of time to change, so maybe something you can put over is a good idea. It's just not brilliant to go into your singing and acting audition in your leotard and tights. It won't have you in the right mode to sing, the right mode to act. It's just better for your mental mindset of where you are and what you're doing. It's better to have something over your leotard and tights, or if you could change. I've done a whole video on what is acceptable audition etiquette clothes wise, so I have a whole video on it, but in a nutshell, it's kind of smart casual. You don't want to be overdressed, but also you don't want to look like a slob and you've just arrived in your trackies and trainers. And finally, number 10, which I have really, really learned about this year helping out auditions, and that is be nice to the student helpers. There'll be I think all auditions for drama schools have students helping with the auditions, and 99% of the time we don't get paid to be there. We're happy to be there, we want to help, we want to represent our school, we're giving up our free time to help make sure your auditions run smoothly. And also if you get in, it would be lovely for you to give back and do the same. However, you can't forget that the student helpers go to that school and are you can't forget that the student helpers that are helping at your audition go to the school you're auditioning for and know the teachers very, very well. So if you're particularly rude to a student helper, there's nothing to stop them commenting to the teacher who's just been auditioning you. Obviously, I'm not saying this is gonna break your audition. However, it helps if you're nice to the student helpers. I don't see why you wouldn't be nice to them, and also your reputation is everything in this industry. Everybody knows everybody, and it's really important to just be nice and polite to everyone. I'm not saying suck up to them, but just be nice and pleasant and say please and thank you, and it honestly goes a really long way. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys and kind of shown you the little things that you might forget. It might be a good thing to watch just before you go to an audition to see if there's anything you've forgotten. And yes, if it has been helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up so I know what videos you guys are enjoying. Again, thank you so much for all your support. I can't believe we're at over 600 subscribers now. Thank you so much, you guys, and thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye!